The Russian-Ukrainian war demonstrates how artificial intelligence can be used on the battlefield. AI has become a buzzword for many industries, including the military. The introduction of AI decision-making models into the military command, control, communications, computers, cyber intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance C5ISR infrastructure has sparked ethical and moral debates. Wider AI integration and development are already underway, integrating artificial intelligence into robotics and machine learning to accelerate decision-making, enhance surveillance, and automate weapon systems is already creating an AI-driven force. The U.S. military just signed a deal with 7 AI companies and announced that it will be an AI-first fighting force. Many AI systems aim to assist logistical matters, such as ordering spare parts before they're needed. AI is beginning to be integrated into military intelligence gathering, analysis, and decision-making. Its logistical applications are where they are making inroads. How embedded can these systems be in our military on the killing side with no human oversight, or with what level of human oversight? If autonomous systems can commit war crimes and cause unintended civilian harm, it is unclear who bears legal responsibility: the operator, the commander, or the AI developer. These will be ongoing ethical and moral issues as we advance. However, there is another question about the effectiveness as we develop further. As the technology improves, the minimal skill, effort, and investment required lowers. A journalist for The Telegraph was able to program a drone to specifically target his boss, who was represented by a cardboard cutout. The technology is emerging, and AI-driven systems will become more prevalent. Western military AIs will be going against Russian, Chinese, Iranian, North Korean, and various terrorist group AIs in the future. These opponent AIs will be bound by their own unique rules of engagement and will operate differently from our own AI systems. There will be a point in time when that distinction will make the difference on the battlefield. In Ukraine, a single drone operator still operates one drone. As AI technology advances, Ukraine aims to have a single operator control multiple drones. They are not the only ones who are trying to do so. Drone swarms are the future. The level of human interaction with drone swarms has not been fully discussed or examined. The ethical, legal, and moral questions center on how much we want to integrate AI into decision-making. What operational parameters do we draw the line at? Let's put forward a hypothetical scenario. Western drones and other autonomous systems are required an OK or cancel feature. Ground and aerial drones find a target and require authorization to ensure that a target, such as a troop transport, is an actual military target and not an ambulance. At the same time, opponent AI systems may act without impunity if there was any movement within a specified territory. This brings the case of BAE's Tarnas, which is an uninhabited combat aerial vehicle that has been in development since 2013. The premise was to set a geographical perimeter, upload images of potential targets, such as a T-72, and then have the Tarnas seek them out. Practical and legal questions arose about when a troop carrier could be considered a field ambulance. On moral, legal, and ethical levels, it has been decided there needs to be a human check on AI when it comes to lethal engagement. The battlefield reality does not meet our moral, ethical, and legal standards that we're setting now for AI systems, and that should be worrying. Russian troops in Ukraine have been known to use civilian cars, motorbikes, and scooters as being transport. Their disguised vehicles en masse would mean that this is more split-second decision-making for a drone operator that will be operating multiple drones. Their disguised vehicles en masse means that there is more split-second decision-making for a drone operator. Operating multiple drones in an urban center will have its own unique issues with civilians. Limiting collateral damage is a concern for Western militaries, but it may not be for our opponents. It may be an operational goal. Russian soldiers have conducted a human safari on Ukrainian urban centers, strictly targeting Ukrainian citizens as a mean to terrorize the population. By late 2025, reports indicate that over 200 civilians were killed and more than 2,000 wounded in Kherson. The human safari continues in Kherson and elsewhere in Ukraine. Terrorist groups such as Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and Hezbollah will have a similar disregard for civilian life. This makes a battlefield more fluid and increases the potentiality for human casualties. This will draw further resources from our militaries and allied security services to provide assistance to the civilian population. Creating chaos, sowing terrorism, and tying up resources is an operational goal. Attacks on the civilian population creates political constraint and pressure on the local government, as well as the Western governments involved. Ongoing attacks on civilians creates a demoralizing effect on the soldiers, as we've seen in Iraq, and also the local populace, which can create a hostile environment for our soldiers. How does a Western military's ethical AI compete with an opponent AI that does not share its limitations? That is going to be a question that the West must embrace, and it may involve both AI software and hardware upgrades at the sharp end of the stick, our weapon systems. This is where opponent AI systems can outcompete our offensive AI systems. It will mean for better AI-driven intelligence to protect those attacks, and AI defensive systems to guard against potential attacks. It will be a full umbrella approach, which will be an organizational strain for Western forces. The integration of AI into our military infrastructure will be an ongoing debate, but it should be noted that our adversaries may not be as philosophical as we are, and ultimately it will be AI versus AI. Solutions will need to be found. The threat is not going anywhere. In fact, it is evolving with the ongoing Ukraine war and the embrace of drone technology with terrorist groups from Al-Qaeda in Africa to Hezbollah. We need to have these conversations now so we can plot defensive and offensive capabilities for unhinged opponent AI systems. The sci-fi imagery of Terminator cybernetics is now. But it'll be one opponent versus another. It'll be one AI force against another AI-driven force. Don't forget to subscribe to Defense Sports newsletter on the website and our social media accounts for new updates and podcasts. Thank you.